Welcome to War 11 of Season 28, and getting towards the end of this season, and I'm looking forward to that. Last two wars are a little bit simpler. This first one's Mojo, and going to be using Torch. Pretty sure I dropped Suicides. Been a little bit busy. And Flame on, so this should be a fairly simple fight altogether. And there's really not too much to Mojo. It's mostly just be careful when punishing is heavy. If you're a little bit slow, you can get parried. You can see here I use the White Needle pre-fight and the Flame On pre-fight. All there is here is pretty much kinetic transference. So if you parry, you'll give him more power because if it's a perfect block, and if not, then you'll just give him some. You can't really just block too much. You see there, worked out pretty well. But I pretty much was planning the whole way just to smash through. That's what the boosts are for, and you can see I use them quite effectively. And, plus, we've got all these boosts from those emails that it's just like, well, you might as well use them and make your fights easier. You can see here I got some degen on me, but because this is one of the earlier nodes, then it's not such a big deal. If you had higher attack, then, yeah, it'd be a bigger problem. But we did fine on that one. It's Torch against Mephisto. Or it's... Torch versus Mojo. Going into this next fight, we got Mephisto here. I'm going to use Rolk. And one thing you got to know about Rolk versus Mephisto is if he's duped, then you reduce the amount of incinerate damage you'll take. Rolk is not naturally incinerate immune. He absorbs incinerate debuffs. Mephisto's aura of incineration is not a debuff. It's a sort of direct damage. So you can see whenever he's got his aura up, I am taking damage. And here I'm like, okay, he's got 4 up, so I'm just going to sit that out. And then I get smashed by the SB1, so I'm like, all right, that's not good. I probably should have thrown an SB1 here, but I was like, I'm close enough. And there, I'm like, all right, I'm too slow one time, too fast next. I'm honestly a little bit PO'd. So I'm just going to parry, and then I'm just going to wait. Like, whenever you have 2 timings that are so far off, it's better just wait. And then here I'm just letting the aura fall off and the regen run through. And I should be able to finish them off. I probably could have thrown my SB3 here, but didn't want to take too much of a risk. With that armor up on him now, then my damage would be reduced. So I'm not sure how much. I don't remember if this kills him or not. I think the after damage should. Yeah, it did. So I would have been safe, but better safe than sorry sometimes. And so those were 2 of the easier fights. This next fight, not so much. It's very, very tricky. And it requires frankly, a lot of things to really think about. So let's get into them. All right. First, I wasn't originally slated for this, but the person who was supposed to take it wasn't available. Rolk is a good option for this node because of the safeguard. His after damage will be capped, I believe, at the 1%, but you'll still get the natural damage from the hit plus the after damage from the direct physical damage. And you can see there I showed the SIG. That does matter. The reason why is because whenever he is extremely high SIG, basically SIG 200, at SIG 200, 10 prowesses, and his whenever he starts a fight with below 0 bar, or starts a fight at 0 bars, then his special attacks will be unblockable. So, I realized at this point that I didn't really need to worry about it, but I wanted to try to keep that in mind overall on how to manage this fight. Because if he throws an unblockable SB1, then you're probably not going to survive it. Maybe. But you can see here, otherwise I'm going to take it very easy with 5-hit combos, get him to 10 prowess, and then, bait the special every time. If he does not have prowess, he cannot back up and trigger his regen, which would also on this node cause him to go unblockable. Now, the other way to play this fight is if he was SIG 200, then I could have stopped at 9 hits each time and basically shortened my combos a little bit. But you can see here I was mostly focusing on the 10 spot there, my indestructible triggered. But you see everything is going pretty well here now. I've kept him from throwing regen until now, and so he's unblockable, but he doesn't have a special, so I'm all good with that. There, timed it just perfect. So you can see like everything went pretty much according to plan on this, and honestly, I just got very lucky that it all just worked out just right. And pretty much, I think the key thing is if you do face a SIG 200 one, keep him at 9 prowess. And if you need to shorten your combos, do it that way. And do your best to keep him from blocking, because he will go unblockable from the regen. But the regions do fall off relatively fast, you saw there. So as long as you don't get into a loop of him regenning and all that, then you should be okay. Here, I had to wait a little bit for my other alliance mates to take down the rest of the fights. And then I believe Karate Mike went into the boss with Ghost while the hazard shift was up, which is obviously a benefit for Ghost because she can do more damage. You could probably rewind and see what the champion was. I think this is the second or third time we've done this season, and might have been a Weapon X, but going into this fight, it's Modok, my nemesis this season. I have taken so many SB1s to the face that I was really hoping not to take one this war. That was really my only goal this war, was don't take an SB1 to the face. So you can see here, I'm kind of shortening my combos up a little bit, like there, like that's where he caught me like a couple wars ago. And so I wanted to do my best to like show how to really do this right. And so far it's going all right. Here you can see the force field come back up, but I wasn't quite at the right timing just to be able to break through it. There, got the good dex. And here's the SB3, which will do a ton of damage for me. But you can see overall, not taking the SB1 to the face makes this fight a lot safer. So I highly advise not taking an SB1 to the face. You can see there, whenever I go in and I'm on my either second or third light, or first or second light, whenever his force field comes up, I just kind of break through it. But all right. So yeah, that's all there is to it. And you always have the option of just hitting into his block. You'll do quite a bit of damage hitting into his block, but didn't really need to do that too much this war. Got pretty good. So you can see my stats overall: 61 kills, 3 deaths, and third in BG2, 10th overall in 4 Loki. We did win this one. And I'd say pretty interesting war. That bishop fight's real tricky. Make sure you know what SIG you're going up against to really figure out what's going on. And then I didn't get hit in the face by Modok, so y'all have a good one.